Welcome to LSC. It's sports time. I'm your host, Bob Hintz. Today I have with me Charlie Brown, former coach over at Bethel High School, Hampton University. Welcome, Charlie.
Glad to be here, Bob.
Well, you and I go way back. I remember when you was over at Bethel High School coaching, but we're going to go back. You played ball not at Hampton High School, Bethel High School. There was only two schools, Hampton High and Phoenix.
Phoenix, that's it.
And you played not only football, but what?
Played basketball as well.
And basketball was your love, wasn't it?
Yeah, I really, even though a long time ago, baseball was my first, but we didn't have baseball then. But yeah, I came out in '62.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, who was the coach you had over there in basketball?
Formerly Mr. Blue Early, who had coached at Pembroke and won, I think he won a state championship, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and Bill Lovett,
Right.
he was at the school also. So we had a pretty good faculty and coaching staff that got us to be the best we could be.
And then you graduated, and first you went to Virginia State because the guy says, well, I got $200 scholarship for you.
Yep, and when I arrived, I found out it was a $200 loan.
So it wasn't the same
And
thing.
other than I guess initially it was my pride.
Right.
But I said, I'll just stay here. Because school then was only $900 a year.
Right. Oh, wow.
So my parents and I worked it out where I worked during the summer. So I stayed there for a couple of years, and then I said, I got to go home and make some more money.
Right.
So then I transferred to Norfolk State.
All right. And putting yourself through school, that's kind of tough anyway, but that showed some determination.
Oh, yeah. Education was key in my family.
Well,
They stressed
that's
it a
good. And then you graduated. And, you know, all these big companies calling you because what'd you get your degree in?
Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics.
Applied mathematics. You know, I have trouble spelling applied. Math I can get.
Yeah.
But you didn't go with any of the big companies.
No, I came up in an era, I guess the Kennedy era, where, I don't know, I'm a people person. So I talked to some people about the Peace Corps. So I decided at that time that I wanted to go to Peace Corps. So they accepted me, and I went to San Jose, California to train for about 6 to 8 weeks.
Right.
After which I was assigned to the Philippines.
All right. Now, we're talking about this small world. But, you know, you can't, your daddy, tell me what your daddy said.
He said, son, I don't care where you go, somebody will know you, so behave yourself. Well, I being a young whatever, know-it-all, I said, yeah, okay, Dad. We had arrived in the Philippines, I think I'd been there maybe 6 weeks. And I was in a meeting or something of that nature, and somebody hollered out, Charlie Brown. And it was somebody's child who knew my mother and father. And then I began to realize, whoa, he was right again. Yeah.
Well, and we was to take that one step further, had Elton Brown in here, and his mama came in and said in the studio while we were taping that, and you have a history with her.
Yes, during my teaching years, I also worked during the summer in the Upward Bound program at Hampton University. And I taught math there, and I was involved in the athletic program. So she was one of my students, so to speak, when recreation and what have you. Small world.
It really
Small
is.
world.
Well, when you came back to Peninsula, you actually basically transferred to Norfolk State.
Yes.
And then got your degree.
Right.
And then from there, after the Peace Corps, you came home early in the Peace Corps because of the assassination of Dr. King.
Yes, and the turmoil. I get the, I forgot what it is, the Armed Service newspaper.
Stars and Stripes.
Stars and Stripes.
Right.
And I said, what's going on? Right, my parents, and I said, you know, I think I need to go home. So I came on home. I worked in some political campaigns, and then I said I need a job, and opening at Phoenix Elementary School occurred, and I took that job and worked at that, I think, for about 5 months.
Right.
And then I went on to Lindsay.
All right. So back then it was Lindsay Junior High.
Yes.
Had football, basketball, had the sports there.
Yes.
So,
yes.
and what did you become involved in over there?
I was involved in basketball and football.
Right.
Yeah.
And you had one guy on your basketball team that you tried to teach basketball to.
Yeah.
And we've met him this weekend.
Small world.
Yeah.
Dwight Stevenson. he was on our football team, and he played for me on my basketball team.
Right.
He was a great kid.
Well, he sure ended up being great too, didn't he? I mean, NFL Hall of Famer and all that. That was great.
Yep.
But that's when we talk about the small world. I mean, you don't know what kind of impact you're going to have for some of your students.
That's right.
And they're going to come back and he remembers you.
Yep. And now with my sight problem, a lot of times I'm out in the community or a mall and kids walk up to me and speak, and they give me some of my famous quotes in the classroom. But life in education in the city of Hampton has been good for me and my wife and my kids. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so then you left Lindsay Junior High and you went over and got to be an assistant coach under legendary Killer Kaz.
Killer Cause.
Tell me a little
That was
bit
in
about that.
1974.
74, right.
And I dealt with the outdoor track team on a little bit, didn't know a thing. But we won the championship that year. I and Cars and Sam Butler, Bouchard, and you were there with basketball. So that too has been over the years a rewarding experience for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what was it like being on the staff with Kaz? Because now, because you went from basically a small area in the junior high, and now you're at a program where you've got a coach that's very energetic.
And not only energetic, that was in my development as a coach. You know, as you rise, Bob, and opportunities that present itself, there are greater expectations. And with Cars, you got more film work, and one thing I did begin to appreciate a lot more was attention to detail.
Right.
Attention to detail. And he left, and we developed some slogans while over there. There's no such thing as luck. It's when opportunity meets preparation.
Yeah. That was one of Kaz's favorite ones. Yeah,
that is it. And we tried our best to motivate the kids. We had some great kids.
Right. Now, if you went over in 74,
yes.
Well, that
was the first year for Cars.
His first year, and won the state championship.
State championship.
Real good player, played for me, basketball.
Yep.
Mike Dunn was your quarterback.
He was our quarterback. Well, that was good. Oh, we had a great group of kids. Yeah, great.
One of them I can remember now is Day.
Greg Day, he's at Phoebus.
He's coaching at Phoebus.
Yes.
So these kids have hung around. We're very fortunate to have young men who have excelled at something and have come back into the community. It's kind of neat.
Yes, that's all a part of I look at it as a part of of society.
Right.
I mean, you take and you give.
Then you left there, and in '81 went over as an assistant over at HU.
Yes, football.
That different program, and now you get in athletes who are much more developed than you get in high school.
Right. But when I was at Bethel, I remember we had Lou Bartek, and Sproul, and they were being heavily recruited by Penn State.
Penn State, sure they were.
And one of the coaches came down, and I said to him, man, you've got it made, man. You got the big, quick athletes. The job is a lot easier. He looked me straight in the eye. He said, Coach, the game is all the same. You must teach. And from that point on, I understood what he was saying. They could be big, they could be strong,
they could
have
be fast.
To learn whatever. They have to learn technique, the schemes, develop skills. So you teach, and I've told that to my sons. That's one of the things that teach, communicate, and you can help people become better than what they are and then raise them to a high level of expectation.
Right. What was the experience like over when you got to HU?
Oh, at that time, I don't think they had won 4 games in 4 years. And head coach Ed White, Freeman, myself, and a few others, we won 8 games first year. Wow. And then the second year we won 8 games. So we developed the program, and it began to progress. And then '85 we won the championship and went to the NC2A. So that too was a good experience. And I gathered so much. Just like at Bethel, I met a whole lot of young people that,
right.
And they come back now. I enjoy seeing that they've done well.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. Then you've also worked with Boo Williams.
Yes, that was another experience of getting involved. I guess, Bob, other than education, athletics has always been a thing I thrive on and enjoy.
Right.
But it's not like I wasn't the commissioner of Phoebus Little League baseball, Fox Hill basketball, football. I stayed involved in youth sports. Quite naturally, my kids were involved.
Right.
But I got a great charge out of that and saw a need for it.
Right. Now you had 3 sons that did just super at Kickingham High School.
To which I attribute that all to my wife. Yep.
The oldest one's head coach at Holy Cross.
Holy Cross, yeah.
Right, and that's Milan.
Yes.
And Morocco, who went down to NC State, is now, was he worked for the Redskins?
Yes, he was. Prior to that, he was 7 years with the Bears.
Okay.
And now this is his 4th year, I think, with the Redskins as director of pro personnel. Yeah.
Okay.
And Marseille is working, small world, with Gannon Baker basketball.
Wow.
Down in South Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to Gannon not too long ago, and he's going to come up in this area, and he in fact just got married here not too long ago.
Yes.
Now, this is my last question, but what I want you to do is what you told me about what does sports and all this have to do with life?
I analyze it, Bob, as being athletics is nothing but a microcosm of society. The challenges, the hard work, the discipline, they help you survive in all aspects of life. And exposure to other types of human beings, find out about yourself. And these, I think, are key issues that especially young people need in order that they can expand and become as best they can be.
Wow.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming over today. I want to thank you for tuning in to LSC and Sports Time. I want to thank my special guest, Charlie Brown. I'm Bob Hintz. Until next time.